In this video, you will learn about the grid snap option. The grid snap option appears at the bottom of the screen. Now we understand that we have the C plane. When we switch on the grid snap mode and we suppose make a polyline, the polyline would start snapping to the points of the grid. For example, right now the grid snap option is off. If I go to the polyline and I simply make the polyline, you can notice that it has not been snapping to any particular part of the grid. Now I would start grid snap. I would scroll a little down. Now come to polyline. Now you can see as I am moving my mouse is snapping to the end point of the grid. When I click, you can see this. So basically grid snap, whenever you switch on the grid snap and you create any drawing, your drawing will start snapping to the end points of the grid.
In this video, we will learn more about the O-snap. First, we need to create a polyline. As explained previously, to complete a polyline, you can simply press the space bar on the keyboard, the enter key or the right click. All three of them will have the same output. Now I want to create another polyline which would start from the end point of the existing polyline. Now even if you zoom, it becomes next to impossible to get the new polyline exactly over the previous line. We select the O-snap. After selecting the O-snap, you have multiple options at the bottom which automatically get activated. I select the end, and now when I take my mouse over the existing line, it snaps automatically to all the end points over here. Now I want the new polyline to start from this specific line, so I move the mouse over the end point, I click, and in the command prompt I will write join. I hit the enter. Now two curves join into one closed curve, which means if I select it, I will only get one closed curve, and then once you know it's closed,
In this video, we will learn more about the ortho option. The ortho option appears at the bottom of the screen. When we select ortho and we go to create a polyline, we basically create a 90-degree or a 180-degree line. For example, right now the ortho mode is off. If I go to polyline, I can make a line of any degree. The moment I select ortho option, I will delete the existing line. The ortho option is right now on. I take a polyline. Now as I click, when I'm dragging, I can either draw a 90-degree or a 180-degree line. If I try to drag it vertically down, there you go. Now see, diagonally does not work. It directly becomes straight from here. We can also toggle between the ortho option using the F8 key. So right now, for example, I am in between of a drawing and I want to switch off ortho. Instead of me going and clicking on that option again, what I could also do is I could simply press the F8 key. Right now the ortho is on again. If I again want to switch off ortho, I will again press the F8 key. Now it's again off. If I again press F8 key, again the ortho mode is on. We can also change the degree of ortho, which means, for example, I do not want it to snap at 90 degrees. Let's say I wanted to snap at 60 degrees. In that case, you need to go to tools, you go to options, you need to go to modeling options, modeling aids. Under modeling aids, ortho snap every 90 degrees. Let's say for example, I want to make it 70 degrees. Now I click OK. Right now the ortho mode is on. I will again go into polyline. Now when I click, you see it does not make a 90-degree line, it makes a 70-degree line. So when I click again, 70 degrees or 140. Once I'm done, I'll simply press the enter key or the space bar.